Welcome back, everybody, to another Kicking Tables. My name is Sean Evans.
And I'm Tico.
And today we'd like to welcome Dan Blacklock of Cloud Puncher Games to talk to us about Token Sesame. Dan, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So, Dan, your original project, which was the BoxThrone, was very, very successful. Everyone loves their BoxThrone. And now you've moved on to Token Sesame, another amazing accessory for gamers. Tell us about what is Token Sesame. Where did the idea for this come from?
Okay, so Token Sesame is a modular transforming token holder. It's designed to adapt to any size of table. You can vertically stack it so it saves space on your tabletop. And we use a special kind of production technique that makes it very smooth to the touch, and also we have collectible detachable art plates on it where we've collaborated with famous board game artists. That really makes it kind of special. The idea came from, I was just in the market to maybe 2.5 years ago for my own token cups for stuff, right? And I'd seen some of the more expensive wooden ones you can get, and they just didn't have the same capacity as I was looking for, or you can get the plain plastic ones, or even those little baking stuff you can use. I just wanted something really special, something that really, I don't know, kind of tapped into my board gaming nerdiness. And so I was like, you know what, I think I can design something better. And so I don't know, just started designing it, and then it kind of got out of control. Originally it was going to be a very simple kind of cup system, and then I just kept building it into this monstrous machine thing that super modular. You can do 1,000 different forms, and it's crazy.
Well, how many different iterations of the product did you design before you figured out the modular design that you've got now? How many different phases did it go through?
Originally, it was just, I don't know if you've seen the campaign yet, or if your viewers have seen the campaign yet, but originally it was just the staircase design. That was the first thing I designed. And that's why it's called Token Sesame, because as you opened it up, it was kind of like opening up a chest, right?
Yeah.
And so that was the first thing I designed, and it was just going to be a travel collapsible thing. But then I was like, oh, I could break these modules apart and make them into anything. So it took 2.5 years to kind of get to the final design of it, or maybe two years to get to the final design, and then 6 months of tweaking it, and because we got the molds made all before we went to the campaign, so we wanted it to be perfect in some of the videos. So so we spent 6 months just tweaking stuff, and getting all the measurements right. It's so difficult to get it perfect in all those different forms. That's the problem, right? If you get in the carousel form, which is a 2-layer spinning form, it took 6 months to get the fittings correct, and also in a way that would fit together in the toolbox form, and a bunch of the other forms too, so that you could put the legs underneath and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, 2.5 years, and I'd say the number of iterations. I didn't have design stages, right. So it was just constantly for every 2 to 3 weeks, I'd have another change I had to make, so it's just constant.
So basically Token Sesame is kind of like a dice tower. It's something you would bring out when you want to play a game. It's not designed specifically for a specific game.
Right.
It is an accessory you bring to the table, and in its current form, how many different ways can you use this product?
You're correct in that. You'd bring it out. You could take it with you even, because it's a travel mode. I think to begin with, there were 1,000 different configurations you can do of this system. It's mainly for obviously holding tokens, but there's a few different convertible modules in it too. So you could set it up and replace one of the. Basically set up in a way that it's a dice tray as well, a convertible dice rolling tray. I have a card deck module you can attach to it if you just want to hold cards with it. It's got a travel mode where it can collapse and stuff like that to make it easy to travel. So you can set up a game in advance, collapse the whole thing into travel mode, take it to a friend's house, and open it up, and it's ready to go. But as for like different kind of forms you can make it, different configurations, like do you want to make it like a long bar? Do you want to make it snaky? Do you want to make it multiple layered? Do you want to make it 5 layered? It's literally just like infinite combinations you can do with it.
That's amazing. That is incredible. I mean, because you're right. I mean, you sit down, and if you know, for those of you check out the Kickstarter campaign, the video is absolutely true. You get out, and you have all these tokens all over the table, and it's what this does is take those tokens and put them in a place. They all have their own place, and it's absolutely brilliant. I love what you're doing here with Token Sesame. It's wonderful. It's a great idea.
Cool.
Like, I don't know why no one else thought of this beforehand.
Yeah, no, it's I think like one of the things that I'm like really in love with modularity and like modular things as a concept. I mean, obviously like with the BoxThrone, right? Like yeah, it's kind of the same principles to be honest. I guess in a way I just kind of extended like the principles of BoxThrone into token holding,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. But
Well, I mean, everybody needs that when you're playing a game, right?
yeah, for sure, yeah.
So you have several guest artists that are providing like absolutely fantastic looking art for the trays. How did you choose which artists that you wanted to work with for your campaign?
Yeah, honestly, it was like a shotgun approach. I just kind of like I started with like the artists that I really liked and the art that I really liked, and so I kind of like put those down on a list, contacted some of those, and then afterwards I'm like I need to round out this list. Originally I wanted 15 artists. And so I started to go. I basically just went through the Board Game Geek hotness. To be honest, like I went through like not in the hotness, like the most popular artists, and then just started working my way down the list. And then yeah, like some of them are just like so busy that you need to book them like 2 years in advance. And so like my only regret is that we had Vincent Dutrait ready right off the bat, who's like an artist of Pathfinder and a bunch of other really incredibly famous artist, but it took so long for us to finalize the design of the plates that he just got too busy and stuff like that. So that was my only regret, again, not getting Vincent Dutrait. But yeah, like I'm pretty happy with our artist lineup. Like we got some really big names. Like yesterday we just revealed Jackie Davis, like the artist in like Viticulture and Euphoria, and we got some more coming too. So and then I'm hoping to make it kind of like a continuous thing. Like I don't know if I'll have future campaigns or future releases, but I've already booked a few other big board game artists to do future plates in the future. So yeah, maybe like I can have seasons and stuff like that. We'll see how it goes.
So these would be plates that you would buy to go with it. After you bought Token Sesame, you can then just order different plates to put on
New
it.
plates.
Correct. Yeah, it's like collectible, detachable art plates.
Yeah.
So you can mix and match them and all this kind of stuff. And yeah,
That's cool.
And so, are those going to be exclusive to the Kickstarter campaign, or are you going to have those? Are the artist plates going to be available after as well?
So some of them will be, and some will be exclusive. Like it really depends on what the final numbers look like. Like basically, we have like minimum quantities of the order, right?
Okay.
And so stuff that we probably don't meet the minimum quantity for, that we've kind of like overproduced, that will not be Kickstarter exclusive. So it's probably going to be about half of them will be Kickstarter exclusive and half of them won't be. We haven't really decided what is and isn't. Every art plate is a limited edition, so we're only going to be doing like one run of every art plate basically. I think that was kind of like the whole thing. Maybe we'll have like 2 or 3 that are always in cycle, maybe the 2 or 3 most popular ones. But yeah, like the whole idea was that we wanted everything to be like limited edition. So you'd feel special, if you had like a rare set of art plates.
Right.
Really wanted to emulate that feeling. So
people, if they really want all of them, they should make sure that they're hitting the Kickstarter up to make sure that they get all of the ones that they really want.
Yeah, probably now's the best time, to be honest. Can't really guarantee what it's going to be.
Yeah. I really liked what you've done with your stretch goals, sort of turning into a mini quest for the backers as you're going. How did you come up with the idea of doing that versus the traditional like hit this goal and we'll do something else? I really like the idea that it is a quest for your backers.
Yeah, like I saw the what was it? I think it was the Vampire the Masquerade. was it called Bloodlines? There's a board game. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think they did something similar, or I don't know if it was Vampire the Masquerade. There was another Vampire the Masquerade board game that came out after that one as a Kickstarter, and I saw it. They did a very light version of it. Like they were like, oh, it was just like 2 lines, for each. Like, do you choose this or this? And I was like, I kind of like that idea. And so I just like took that and just fleshed it out, forced people to read my writing because I love writing and that kind of stuff, right? So I'm like, yeah, let's make it intense. And then I met like a pretty good illustrator who like he's just very good at like children's illustrations, and so I'm just like, hey, would you want to just illustrate all of this these stretch goals that I make? Because like basically it's almost like a choose your own adventure book that these backers are playing through, basically, right? And every time we hit, it's like a certain time period. So like every 3 days or 2 days or 1 day, the countdown will hit 0 and we unlock a new chapter of the story. And in that story, a backer can choose, like where they go, like what do they fight? Do they go to the past or the future and all this kind of stuff? And then they don't know exactly what they're unlocking, but the stuff they unlock is kind of themed like the stuff they uncover. Like, for example, like there was in one of the chapters, the backers chose to go to like Pipe World, which is kind of a knockoff Mario world. And that unlocked Naides, who's the artist of Takedo. Like that unlocked his art plates that were all kind of like a sort of Mario themed world, a little bit get like twisted. Is pretty cool. So anyway, so yeah, it's pretty. I think it's pretty fun. I think people get really engaged with it too. Like whenever it comes out, I just see like 100 comments like within an hour. Just people love it.
And so those who back the Token Sesame, do you choose one set that you want with your pledge, or how's that working with the Token Sesame Kickstarter campaign?
So like every token, so like I have 3 different pledge levels. So if you order Token Sesame, it comes with an art set. And what you're going to get in the mail is like a Token Sesame body kit, which comes in like a ticket to ride size box, and also like a small art plate box with like a window in it, kind of like pop figures.
Okay.
And so it's very collectible and stuff like that, and you can stand them up and display them. And so you can get one of those each. And then if people want to buy extra art plates sets, they can do that as add-ons and stuff like that. And then we recently just added like an extra parts add-on for the legs. So like they're little steel leg parts that you can basically screw into the bottom of the system. So you can make it like a tall, kind of like the Level Up. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Yeah.
Like kind of like a tall token holder, so you can save more room on your table, kind of thing.
Right. Now, so the base pledge, how many trays does it come with? And does it come with any extra accessories, like to build the carousel, for example?
Yeah, so the pledge comes with everything. It comes with everything you need. It comes with like 12 of the chambers, like 6 small ones and 6 large ones. Okay. And they have a pretty deep capacity, so like we've never seen a game that will overfill them, basically. Like even Eldritch Horror and stuff like that, or Arkham Horror.
Wow.
So like fantasy games with thousands of tokens in and stuff like that. It's
That's awesome.
That's kind of what I designed it for. So it comes with those. It comes with like everything. It comes with like the lid, the card deck holder module. It comes with the dice rolling mat.
Wow. Okay. So you get everything. That's awesome. You get the whole shebang.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
So I mean, the campaign has been marvelously successful. I mean, you've shot past your goal. What is after this? What's next for Cloud Puncher Games? Can we expect more accessories, or will we see games from you guys? What's the future look like?
Yeah, we have a lot planned. Like I think over the past 3 years, it's given me a chance to kind of like think about a better way to structure like project planning, because we released the BoxThrone in 2017, right? And it's 2020 now, so it's basically a 3-year, 2.5-year dry spell where we didn't come out with any Kickstarters, right? So I kind of like changed the way that we do project planning. So yeah, we have 3 other board game accessories planned, and maybe one will even come out in December this year.
Wow, that's fast.
And Yeah. Because like when we launch my new plan is that whenever we launch each Kickstarter, I want to be at least in the final design stage of the previous one. And
Okay,
then I do have 2 games planned too.
nice.
So the thing is that I'll be designing them. So like we'll see how it goes. I might get someone to help the board. So,
So,
but
so we're going to see you
uh,
back on Kicking Tables eventually, then.
yeah, definitely for sure. If you'll have me.
Of course,
Of course,
absolutely.
of
So
course.
before we let you go, Dan, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. What's the one thing that really stands out about Token Sesame that you think everyone should know about this, and that what's that your favorite thing about this?
I think like the best part about it is basically there's nothing else like it. So you're gonna bring it out on the table. You go to a friend's house, you pull it out. They're your friends are gonna be amazed. They're gonna be asking questions like, "What is that?" Like it's crazy. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna if you back the Token Sesame, you're gonna probably get into the community of it too. We're gonna open up a group where people can like uh, print their own STL modules and all this kind of stuff to really spice it up and build it out.
Wow.
I think we're gonna get a pretty good community around it, and yeah, just to see the look on your friends' faces when you pull it out. I think that's
Oh
probably
yeah. Yeah,
most.
it's going to be one of those things where, like, the first time you ever saw a dice tower, like, what is that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, Token Sesame, absolutely brilliant on Kickstarter right now. It ends next week. I mean, it's coming up fast, but you've done absolutely fantastic. Congratulations,
Thank you.
and we wish you all the best. Dan, thank you so much for joining us on Kicking Tables.
No
Thank you.
worries. Thanks for having me. What's funny is that like the first time we filmed that video, like the director basically interpreted like he wanted it to be super exaggerated, and so like some of the footage that I have, like the first version of the video, like stuff was just so exaggerated. It's crazy. I should post it somewhere, but